everyone, I'm Callie Wilson, and today we're going to talk about Blue Diamond strategy. First off, kudos to you for hitting the rank of Diamond. That is really incredible, and you should be so excited for your team. I'm excited for you. But today we're going to talk a little bit more about the strategy part because there is a big jump between Diamond and Blue Diamond. And part of it is a focus on your third level in getting all of those elites or executives lined up so that your leaders can hit Premier, Gold, and you eventually Blue. And so what I want to do is something that I've noticed that a lot of people don't do, and it's whiteboarding. And whiteboarding to me has been so awesome because kind of like a puzzle, I get to see exactly the pieces that I have and the pieces that I don't. And then based on what I can see every day and manipulate and change every day, I can work out the plan and the activity every single day so that eventually my goals can become a reality. So I'm going to just really quickly take you through how I do it. And of course, how you do it is up to you, but I hope these tips can help you immensely. The first thing I do actually is I always set the intention of the month, or maybe if I'm working towards Blue Diamond and I'm going to give myself about 6 months, whatever that intention is, I like to power up with that statement every single day. And so maybe for you or for me, or just something, a good statement to have is Blue Diamond is happening now, right? And my whiteboard's a little bit small, so I'm gonna have to modify some things, but it's happening now. Is there two ends? It's happening right now. And you can put, if you want, the date that it's happening. Maybe it's July 2017 or 2018, whatever it is, you put the date. The second thing I do is I make sure that I know exactly where my team is. Ideally, I don't recommend young diamonds pushing for Blue too quickly. It's really difficult to get 4, 5 new leaders that have barely hit silver to gold than it is to maybe solidify some of those teams, get those teams to gold. So really, when you're doing the push towards Blue, you're only really working with maybe 1 or 2 teams to make sure that they're gold. And so I'm going to pretend like your team is a little more mature. You've been doing doTERRA for a while, and ideally you've had a couple of people already hit gold. And so maybe you have, Sam here, and you have Rebecca here, and you have Rebecca here, Sam here, and maybe Amy, and they have all hit gold. And so I'm going to go ahead and put a good check there, and I'm going to monitor that, but I'm not going to necessarily put all of my energy and effort into my pet legs, right? I'm going to really focus on 2 other legs. And so here I am, here's my structure. I'm mainly focusing on 2 legs, and let's call them the Smith line and then the Evans line. And those 2 legs are fairly new, this one in particular, right? Maybe a little bit behind these in terms of they've never hit gold, but they're definitely close because they have hit silver so that I can go diamond. And they have 3 leaders here, and we'll just give them, abbreviations here. And then I have Evan over here, who is fairly new and is just getting started. And so we don't even have some of the leaders that we need on our front line just yet. And so if I'm missing some leaders, I'm going to go ahead and put a red circle right here in terms of this is who I'm missing. So as we lay it all out, we'll put this as Xander and Erica. As I start to lay out my team, I can see, we've got to make sure that we have a Blue Diamond structure in place. So it's important to, again, identify what you're missing so you know where to put your energy and focus, right? If you're spending all your time with your pet teams over here because you love them and not working here, you're really not maximizing your time or your effort. So again, now we need to go deeper because Blue Diamond is all about those executive legs. So I'm going to, again, go deep, and I'm going to start writing out that Blue Diamond structure. So here we can start filling those out. Now, if I had my huge, gigantic whiteboard, I'd totally write all their names, but for the sake of space here, we're gonna just make it simple. And again, I'm identifying all of those holes. So as I talk to my builder here, Smith, we have different people right here that we can definitely work with, and maybe she has or he has a hole here. That's okay. We know that this is what we're going to be working on especially the month that we're rank advancing. And then Evan here, again, we have 2 holes here. We've got to find a new Premier leader right there. And we do have some people that are committed and capable to building. And let's say that, mom's here, dad's here, brother's here, and then we've got 1 more hole. So already I know, what I've got to be spending my time and attention, what I've got to be doing with Evan here to make sure that those holes and those placeholders, in a sense, for my blue diamond structure are in place. All right, so after I've identified my holes, I again comb through and I get really super nerdy on this. Because again, nerds win, so you gotta be okay being a blue diamond nerd here. You go through your back office and you fill out those rank planners and you start to figure out the anticipated volume on every single one of those lines. So maybe this particular line has a history of hitting Premier. So perhaps you're not gonna worry about that and those 2 are done. This one here has a history of hitting Elite. And so perhaps this leg is okay, that one's an Elite, but this leg is only doing, let me do this a different pen here. But this leg's volume is only at about, 1,000 here. She's pretty good. She's pretty solid Elite. But this one here, my new builder, again, if that's Elite, I'm deficient here, well, I'll put a big fat O there, and then I can see already that I'm deficient in 2,000 in volume. So again, I'm getting super nerdy and I'm writing out my deficiencies. So I know exactly, again, the pieces of the puzzle that I'm missing. Going through this line again, we can do the same thing. Let's pretend like those 2 are great. And so I'm really missing about 3,000 here, 2,000 here, and another 2,000 here. And what I end up doing to get really nerdy and really clear on my daily focus is I calculate my deficiencies and I come up with a daily OV goal that as a team we're gonna start working on in the right legs. Does that make sense to you? Daily OV goal, it's awesome. So for instance, if you're missing an overall volume of 3,000, right? Or 6,000 to hit blue diamond, my daily OV goal for the month is going to be 100 PV in the right legs or 200 PV in the right legs, all depending on, what we're doing. Now, based on that, I can then get into the calculation part of doing doTERRA as a business. And for every single one of these lines, as I'm working on my strategy, I'm connecting to these leaders or helping this leader to recruit new leaders. And I'm also coming up with a game plan for every single one of these executive legs. And so I'm talking to Smith, who's talking to Emily here, and we're going, okay, Bethany, you have 1,000 to make up this month. How many classes do we need to teach this month? Okay, 4 classes, awesome. And what's on our anticipated close rate for every class? Okay, it's about 500 OV, awesome. For backup, should we do a couple of one-on-ones too? All right, how many one-on-ones should we do? 2 one-on-ones? You have some people that you've been talking to? Awesome, let's do that. And then the other thing that I like to do is I like to attach an incentive or some type of reward for that particular leg. And so rewards or incentives can be divvied up into a few categories. One, I could give this particular builder who is going the rank of Premier some type of reward. Maybe it's an aroma touch kit or an emotional aromatherapy kit. Or maybe it's this particular builder here, Bethany, maybe to hit executive this month, she wants a helichrysum. Whatever it is, I'm attaching that incentive at the very bottom and I'm putting that reward on it. So I'm doing that for every single one of those lines. Other incentives that you can also do are incentives for the person that brings the most people to classes, or you could do a new enrollee sign up incentive, right? So if you have a new builder that signs up this month and maybe they are going to get a diamond kit, you could add some more either free product or maybe some books or a diffuser or maybe a ticket to convention to help again with that volume, just to sweeten the deal. So anyway, that is Blue Diamond structure. Maybe you need to come join me again, watch it again. You can make it work for you. But again, the key is to get really nerdy here, write out the whole structure, know the numbers, have a plan, have the activity in place to get that there, and always be open to plan B, plan C, and plan D. And so every single day, I'm coming back to my whiteboard, I'm looking in my back office, I'm updating my numbers, I'm watching the volume close, and again, I'm always anticipating things not working out, and so I always am strategizing at the whiteboard, thinking to myself, okay, if she doesn't enroll any one of these classes, what's the next plan? What can we do? What else can we pull out? How many other one-on-ones do we need to do? Always adjusting and being flexible. And this particular strategy is something that I spend about 20 minutes to sometimes an hour, depending on the day, doing. And again, it's not supposed to be what you're supposed to be doing all day long, every single day that you're trying to rank advance. You need to get out and actually teach the classes and do the one-on-ones and do the work. But again, the reason why I like to do this, as opposed to just pulling up your back office all the time, is that your brain needs to be told what to focus on. It needs a visual. The left brain loves the numbers, the right brain loves the visual. And so if you can say, brain, stop focusing here, focus here, fill that hole, guess what? That's when you start to receive inspiration, ideas, and you start to get the ball rolling towards where you want to go.